Black voters and New York mayor's race. Follow at the Route 247. Welcome to the Route. Vertical line help vertical line feedback. The Chatter Rat type. News world. Politics. Culture. Blogs. Multimedia video. Podcast. Photos. Routes. Announcements, weddings and engagements. Anniversaries. Graduations. Births. Obituaries. Jobs. Business pages. Trending topics. Obama and Syria 16th Street Baptist Church. What blacks are saying on Twitter. 100 amazing facts about the Negro race. Manners by Jeannie Desmond Harris. Stop and frisk ruling. Ask Demetria. Tracing your roots. Quote of the day. Keely Goff. September 13, 2013. The end of racial politics in New York. What Bill Thompson's loss and Bill de Blasio's win tell us about the future of identity politics? Tweet. Email. Text size. Bill Thompson, Andrew Burton / Getty Images, Bill de Blasio, Spencer Platt / Getty Images. The Route. When New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg accused Democratic front-runner Bill de Blasio of running a racist campaign because his campaign featured his black wife and biracial children prominently in ads, the mayor ultimately did more to help his least favorite liberal candidate than hurt him. The ensuing backlash gave de Blasio's telegenic family and his campaign more national press coverage in the closing days of the primary than would have been likely without the Bloomberg debacle. The controversy also put de Blasio's opponents in the unenviable position of having to defend de Blasio and his family. But in the end, voters made their disagreement with Bloomberg's assessment loud and clear. While it is still not yet fully confirmed that de Blasio cleared the 40% hurdle necessary to avoid a runoff, what is clear is that he dominated among nearly every demographic group such as Jewish voters and women voters. But perhaps most noteworthy is that according to exit polls, he tied Bill Thompson, the lone African-American candidate in the race, with black voters. It was not supposed to be this way. This was supposed to be Thompson's year. 4 years ago he stunned the political establishment by coming within 4 points of beating Bloomberg in a race for his final term, despite being outspent by the mayor's campaign 10-1. Spending just under $10 million, Thompson had little national support. President Obama drew criticism for his belated endorsement of Thompson and for doing little to help his campaign. This time around, Thompson was supposed to provide the perfect Bloomberg antidote to those voters so eager to oust Bloomberg 4 years ago. With Council Speaker and Bloomberg ally Christine Quinn considered the other strongest contender, Thompson was supposed to easily lay claim to those voters most disenchanted by Bloomberg and the economic inequality that has defined his reign. When stop and frisk, a policy that disproportionately targets black men, emerged as the defining issue of the race, Thompson, as the only African-American man running, theoretically should have had a built-in advantage. Instead, his campaign had it understolen by yet another white male candidate. So how did that happen? For one, despite being black, Thompson never claimed the issue of stop and frisk early in the race. With his eye toward the general election, he courted and received the endorsement of various police unions, in part by opposing efforts to have an independent monitor of the NYPD's stop and frisk practices. He also opposed two council bills intended not only to monitor stop and frisk more effectively but also to make it easier for those unfairly targeted by the measure to seek some form of restitution. Though critical of misuse of the policy, Thompson exposed a seeming lack of passion on the civil rights issue that left an opening on which de Blasio's campaign capitalized. With one perfectly timed and perfectly executed 80, de Blasio emerged as the primary's leading civil rights candidate overnight. As one of the few campaign ads to feature a multiracial family, the spot, featuring de Blasio's afro-wearing teenage son, Dante, whose mother, Chirlane McCray, is black, put the de Blasio campaign in the national spotlight. The 80 began airing shortly before a federal judge ruled the practice as executed in New York unconstitutional. Voters of color who were previously unfamiliar with de Blasio's family were introduced to them, and some decided that they'd found a viable alternative who effectively demonstrated his appreciation for the magnitude of the stop and frisk issue. As New York Magazine reported, an increasingly multicultural America is hungry for public figures who reflect their ideals. The de Blasios understand that, which helps explain how de Blasio